3 mistakes that kill 90% of apps before they even launch. I've seen this hundreds of times. Here's how to avoid them. Look, I get it. You have an app idea. It's brilliant. It's gonna be a game changer and you're excited about it. But here's what normally happens. You spend months and thousands of dollars building something, you launch it and nobody cares and you launch to crickets. Or you get stuck in endless planning and never actually start. Or you actually build something but nobody wants it in the end because you never validated the app idea first. Here's what most people don't realize. Most app failures actually happen before you even write a single line of code because the mistakes happen in how you think about the building, not in the building itself. So let me walk you through the 3 killers and exactly how to avoid them. So mistake number 1 that I see is people assuming that people want their app without proving it first with hard data. So here's what normally happens, right? You start thinking about a potential app idea and you start talking to friends and family about this app idea, and your friends and family say, maybe this is a good idea, maybe you should go ahead and spend the money and develop this app. And you can confuse this politeness and this positive feedback as demand, right? Because you're confusing people who are like, yes, I would actually pay for this and actually use it, than just people who are your family and friends saying, oh, it's a good idea, you should go and make it. So here's what you need to do instead. Before you spend a single dollar on development, you need to actually validate your app idea with complete strangers. Not family or friends, complete strangers, because strangers don't care about your feelings. So to start off with, you can talk to 10 potential users who are strangers, ask them about the problem that you were solving, ask them about the current frustrations that they have with the current solutions, and ask them if they would pay a specific amount for something that does the specific thing, which is your solution. Get real answers and not polite responses. After you've done this, create a landing page describing your app idea, join a waitlist button and run $100 worth of ads. If you can't get around about 50 to 100 signups on your landing page, nobody wants it, don't build it, and skip and move on from the idea. After you've done this, you can pre-sell your app idea. So what I mean by this is that you can start to offer early access to your app idea for a price that suits your app idea. If 10 people pay for it, you've got validation, my friend. If nobody pays for your app idea, you just save thousands and months of development time. Because here's the harsh truth. If you can't get complete strangers excited enough to join a waitlist or pay for your app idea, I'm sorry, but your app idea isn't validated and you don't have a business, and unfortunately you just have a very expensive hobby. This can literally save you 6 months and thousands of dollars in app development costs. Mistake number 2 is building out every single feature that you think you need into version number 1. So here's how it normally happens, right? You start listing out features and the list keeps growing, and you just think to yourself, if I just add in one more feature, it's going to be perfect. Or if I add in this other feature, it's going to be perfect as well. And then another. And then you're terrified that if you launch it without certain features, nobody's going to use it. So you just keep building and building until you run out of time or money or both in the end. Here's what you need to ask yourselves. What is the one thing that you need, that the app needs, that the users can't live without? Not 10 things, not 5 things, one thing only. Think about the core problem that your app is solving at the end of the day. What is the most painful part of that problem? What would somebody pay to fix this immediately? Build only that, especially when you're at the MVP building stages. Everything else, the social sharing features, the gamification, the advanced analytics, the marketplace, just delete it from this first build of the MVP. You can add it later based on what the paying customer users are actually asking for, not what you think you need. Because here's the rule. If the feature isn't absolutely essential or like solving like a serious problem, just leave it, just add it in later. Launch it, get paid customers, and then add the features based on the real feedback from the people who are actually using it and actually paying for your product. This approach gets you to revenue faster, it costs 80% less, and ensures that you're building something that people actually want and are actually going to pay for, instead of building something that you think you want. Mistake number 3 is hiring the wrong people or hiring too early. This one hurts because you lose both time and money. So let me give you some common scenarios. You find someone cheap on Upwork for around about $15 an hour, and then 3 months later the code doesn't work, and then you've already paid like $10,000 in the end for something that doesn't work, and now you have to pay again to rebuild properly. Or you give a technical co-founder 30% of equity to build your app, and then 6 months later they've barely made any progress, or you're stuck with someone that owns a third of the company but has delivered nothing in the end. Or you end up raising a bunch of money and you immediately hire a full team. Your burn rate is around about $20,000 to $30,000 a month, and you only have 3 months of runway. You end up building for 3 to 4 months, you launch it, nobody wants it, and then at the end you're out of money. So here's the smarter approach, especially in 2026. Phase 1 is to validate alone. Don't hire anybody just as yet. Use AI tools and landing pages to validate your app idea for around about to $500 ad spend. Phase number 2, hire one developer, such as myself, or a small agency, not a whole team with 20 people. One experienced person. Budget between $5,000 to $15,000 for your MVP and pay for deliverables, not equity. Equity can be expensive in the long run. And then phase number 3 after launch is hire based on revenue. Got paying customers? Now you can hire someone to help you more with that revenue. No revenue for your app idea? Don't hire just as yet. Figure out why and fix that major problem first in your app idea business. When you are looking for the right developer, ask for their portfolios or similar apps that they've built. So the rule here is hire late, hire slow, and hire smart. Most founders hire way too early and too fast, and it kills their runway before they've even proven that their app idea works. Here's why this approach changes everything for you, because you get to market in 3 months instead of 1 year. That means you still have 9 months of extra learning, iterating, and growing, while your competitors are still secretly building in the background. You validate your app idea with real customers before going all in. If your idea doesn't work, you're only out of pocket between $200 to $500 compared to $20,000 to $30,000, because I know which one I'd definitely choose. If your app idea does work and it is validated, you've got revenue funding for your next phase, because you're building upon what customers actually want based on the real feedback you've been getting for your app idea, and not assumptions thinking like what I think that the customer wants. And you avoid the 3 critical mistakes that kill 9% of apps, which is building your app before validating, building too much too soon, and hiring too early. This isn't theory. This is real world experience that I've had in my life. And this is the path which actually works for me and the clients that I've worked with. Because remember, at the end of the day, unless you're a multi-billionaire, you don't have unlimited money and time. So those are the 3 mistakes that kill 90% of app ideas. So if you've validated your app idea and you want to work with someone to help you bring your app idea to life, I can help you out with that. What I would invite you to do is to click on the link below to book in a free call with me to discuss how I can personally help you bring your app idea to life in the shortest amount of time possible. The link is in the description below. Again, thank you for watching today's video. If this video has helped you out a lot, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.